signed that letter, and he joins us now. All right, Congressman, you were one of the 33 Republicans that signed the letter. Did anyone from the Democratic side of the aisle sign a letter?
I don't believe so. No, I think it was largely Republicans.
What's the purpose of the letter? In other words, I think we all kind of know what's at stake here, but I think one thing that I saw that I appreciate is the idea that these young children are actually being wooed to this country, in part to sort of a wink-wink on the administration's part.
Well, that's exactly right. The message of the letter is very simple. It says to the president, do your job. Your job under the Article 2 of the Constitution is to enforce the law. And if you are not enforcing the law, or if you are creating essentially what becomes amnesty, then it becomes an incentive for people to come to the United States illegally. And listen, this is a hard issue. This is a very human issue. We don't need to make it political. But hard issues sometimes require hard answers. And the fact is, we need the president to stand up and say, we have a system of laws here in the United States. And if we have to send people back, let's do so, but let's leave them with a pamphlet on how to immigrate legally. Because we're a better nation because of legal immigration. But open borders is not the answer, and until the president stands up and states that unequivocally to the international community, we will continue to see the crisis on the border that we're seeing right now.
And to your point, even over the weekend, officials from the administration seem to be sort of ambivalent about ultimately what they're going to do with this. I mean, we do get the lip service about border security and all of that, but by the same token, nothing concrete. Do you feel to a certain extent that this is being politicized, despite the fact that none of us say we want it to be? It seems to be a real good election tool, particularly with the Hispanic community.
I believe so. I believe the president's playing politics with this. Listen, he needs to stop traveling around the country, taunting the Congress to do their job, when in fact it's his own failure to do his job that has created this. I met with an immigration law judge, a retired immigration law judge last week, who said there are roughly 2 million individuals who have come here illegally, have been adjudicated, and received removal orders. Now listen, this is under a law that's been constitutionally enacted by the Congress. Individuals have been adjudicated, given a removal order. The President of the United States has a responsibility to remove those individuals. You want to send a message to those who are trying to come here illegally? Remove those who have already been properly adjudicated and given removal orders. That's a simple first step. And this is why it's important. We have people who have come here legally, who have a quest for legal citizenship, who want to become American citizens, who have built businesses here, who employ people here. They don't have a pathway right now. We can't just open the doors and give it to people who are insisting on breaking the law. The president needs to do his job. Stop taunting Congress about doing theirs. We'll do our job. Mr. President, you now do yours.
Congressman, is it possible without one party or the other having complete control, White House, House, and Senate, of ever getting something done on this issue? Because it's lingered for a long time, and it only seems to be getting worse, not better.
I think there is. Here's what I would like to see happen. First, and when we say enforce the law, that's not political. Let's start with what we can agree on. We do have laws that need to be enforced. But here's what I would like to see the Congress do. Rather than bring up a comprehensive bill where we're never going to build a coalition around it, let's break it up. Let's start by bringing up a bill on border enforcement. And let the House work its will, Republicans and Democrats. Let's bring up a bill on new visa technology and let the Congress work its will. Then let's bring up an additional bill and let the Congress work its will. And then let's get to the number of people who are here illegally and determine, among those 13 million, what are the different status designations that need to be made. Because number 1 will be very different than number 13 million. But let's start incrementally. I think the Congress and the President can agree on that. I hope that's the direction we go.
I think that sounds like a smart idea and a realistic idea. Congressman, I want to shift topics here a little bit. We had the jobs report out last week. Overall, it was taken as a huge positive that the recovery is gaining steam. I want your thoughts, though, on the Obama administration's policies thus far and where we are with respect to the recovery.
Well, listen, America has the most resilient economy in the world, and rightfully so. We are a strong nation, and that includes our economy. We can do more, though. Overregulation, and I know people like to talk about it, but the truth is regulations cripple business and cripple job creation. We have higher corporate taxes than we need to. We should reduce our corporate taxes. We need flatter and fairer taxes. We need an administration that stops legislating through regulation. And frankly, when it comes to our tax code, we need comprehensive reform. And here's why. We have so many different provisions of the tax code that expire annually and provide no certainty, no predictability to business. Let's do away with that. Let's implement a tax code that businesses can rely on, that is flatter and fair, reduces the corporate income tax, and creates an environment for additional job creation and economic growth.
Congressman Jolly, I really appreciate your time this morning. We really appreciate your answers to all the questions, and hopefully we'll see you again real soon.
Thank you for letting us be here. I appreciate it.
Thanks. You know, we talked